And welcome to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. Hey, it is a Wednesday. You know, it's a you need to get in if you're gonna play Ann's part. You need to get in with the routine of the show.
Oh well, what is the
routine of the show? On Wednesday, we hump day.
Hump day.
There you go.
No, it's peak of the week Wednesday. It's all downhill from here.
Well, yeah, it is.
But it is hump day.
It is hump day.
We are over the hump on the downhill side of the weekend. Any more Wednesday cliches for you?
No. It's not even. We don't even pronounce the name properly.
What's that?
It's Wednesday.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
I know. That's the way it's spelled.
Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Wed.
I know.
Wed. Okay. And then Thermeski Day is tomorrow.
Thermeski, I know. It's just the English language is just so jacked up.
Yeah, it is. Lead and lead is lead and lead.
Right.
Same word, same spelling.
No.
You know. Look at my name, Dan. It's Don sometimes. People call me Don. How do you spell that? D-A-N.
Oh, Don.
Don.
Yeah.
You go overseas and, no telling what they'll call you.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut. It's not unusual for me to have a comment, but
well, I like to take you places where it's a dead end for you.
No, I usually don't have a cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac.
I'll turn it around. I'll just turn it right around.
Okay. Well, our show is sponsored by Stone Bank.
Oh yes, I saw their sign on the way to work.
Okay. Yeah.
Boulder banking.
Boulder? Oh.
Not like boulder, like bold, like
big and bold.
Right, but like a boulder. Oh, I guess it all means the same thing.
It's stone.
You really look at stone.
Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Boulder banking. I saw their billboard on the way to work.
I think the Flintstones sponsored. When you watch the cartoon, if you look real hard, they'll have a billboard that says Stone Bank.
Oh, I bet they do.
From the Flintstones.
Yeah, I bet they do. Yeah, Stone, come on. He works in a rock quarry. Give me a break.
Yeah. Anyway, we're also promoting the fact that you can spend your mornings and afternoons at Runaway Mountain Coaster and enjoy buy one, get one free tickets. And this runs all the way through March 31st. You can stretch your spring break dollar with a buy one, get one free ticket from 10 to noon, and then again from 3 to 5, Monday through Friday. This is only good through Monday through Friday. You can go to runawaybranson.com/spring break to find out more about that, and you can even buy tickets there.
Right, and you got today, tomorrow, Friday, and then Monday.
And then Monday is the last day.
Spring break is weird for different districts.
Yeah.
I think everybody here is on spring break.
Yeah.
Some had last week, some have next week.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't they make it all uniform?
Well, they should.
Yeah. No big deal.
Why can't it be all the way you want it done?
It's not like that. Life is not the way you want it.
It's complicated.
You can make things the way
you want
it.
It's diverse. It's a diversity. We live in a diversity.
We do.
Yeah.
All that from Stone Bank and a roller coaster.
All that from us. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Anything?
Who broke this?
I don't know. You just broke it. There we go.
It needs a little cap on it.
Yeah.
You have to move it like this.
Okay.
If I would just leave the thing alone. What else is going on, Dan?
We can talk about weather. We got a really big show for you today. We have Jamie Elliot and also Danielle House from North Arkansas Regional Medical Center. They're coming in, and then the interview that I had scheduled Monday with Sage Hunter has been rescheduled for this morning, our second hour of the show, and she'll be in to talk about her books. And I've heard from a couple of her friends that she's a pretty good writer. So we'll find out all about that in the next half hour of the show. But first, we're going to go over a little bit of weather because that's what people's on their minds when they first get up. They think about coffee, and then they think about, what kind of day is it going to be?
You're exactly right, because I'll walk out, turn on the coffee pot, and say, Alexa, what's the weather today?
Now, what you just did?
What, turned on Alexas?
You turned on every Alexa in that's listening to the show.
Yeah, like I didn't have an underlying reason for saying that. Sunny and a high near 75. That's like a perfect day.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, 80 would be
even
a little better.
calm winds.
Maybe
that means you don't even have to wear glue on your toupee.
or extra.
Extra.
Do they put those on with toupee? With glue?
Yes, they do.
With glue?
Yep.
I wouldn't know, and I'm not.
Some of them have snaps. They're embedded in their under their skin. Absolutely.
Give me a break.
No, look at it. I am.
No,
dead serious.
I believe you.
How else would you want to keep your hair down?
Look, I lost mine, and I don't care. I'm not that vain. I'm not going to wear a rug.
You mean you?
I can spot those all the way across Walmart.
What about the sides? I mean, you could grow it long enough on the sides to do a nice
no
little comb over.
No comb over. No flappy flap of hair. All matted down with hairspray. Sunny and 75 today. Let's get out of this mess. Mostly clear, low around 53 overnight for tomorrow. Mostly sunny and a high near 82. So it gets a little bit better for Thursday. Mostly cloudy around 58 Thursday night. As we head into the weekend, let's check Friday. 40% chance of flowers.
They're blooming right now.
Well, that's when I smoke flower on Fridays. 40% chance of showers on Friday, mostly cloudy near 72. Saturday, partly sunny with a high near 80. So it looks like our weekend is going to start off nice as we round out the weekend. 40% chance of the wet stuff again Sunday after 1 o'clock. 81 for the high. Rolling into Monday, mostly sunny with a high near 63, so we dip down a little bit cooler. Are we going to have a final freeze frost? I hope not, because I planted marigolds and lilies and flax, New England flax, and I've got all this stuff prepared, and people are telling me that I shouldn't have, and you know what? I don't care. They're selling the plants.
I heard if you plant marigolds, they help with the moles.
Really?
The moles don't like marigolds.
I just got them because they look pretty.
Do you have moles at your place?
Every now and then, but my dog likes to leave them on the porch.
I need something to dig those things up.
Yeah, no, I don't have a problem right now.
Okay, anyway.
So there you go, and there's the weather, and look, just get outside and do something because
this is going to be a good weekend.
Yeah, the vitamin D helps you and stuff.
It does, stuff.
Yeah.
With that said, we could delve right into our topic to ponder.
Get up, get moving, get those thinking caps on. It's time to ponder this topic.
We kind of hit on this yesterday, but it's kind of an extension from yesterday's question. It says, are you someone who plans every detail of a vacation, or are you a wait and see what happens kind of vacation planner?
Okay. We took a cross-country trip in an RV to Washington State. We just picked it up in Oklahoma, left the car, got in it, and drove. We went to various places, kind of planned, kind of not.
Did you say, well, let's stop here?
Yes, the corn maze in South Dakota, in whatever that was. Badlands, Mount Rushmore, Yellowstone, Old Faithful. And the whole time my 4-year-old daughter was running the controls in the back. I had the step was out one time when I got gas.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, the antenna was up at Old Faithful. I'm like, why is the antenna up?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, she had control. I'm like, get away from there. 4-year-old height. Anyway, that was fun. So we really didn't. We had a direction.
Did you have fun, though?
Oh, my gosh. It was incredible.
Yeah. Now, how would it have been if you would have planned every detail?
Stressful.
Because we got to be here by 6:05.
No. You know, my late wife and kids were asleep except for my son. So every morning we would park in Walmart's parking lots,
Yeah.
Sleep overnight.
Oh, yeah. They allow that.
And then me and my son, we'd get gas, coffee, bag of mini donuts, and we would sit there and talk and eat donuts and drive while
Would
they
you check
slept.
the weather before you started out?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so it was a nice. So yeah.
You're just a wait and see kind of guy.
Yes. Now you do a cruise or something. That's pretty.
Yeah. That's regimented.
Right.
Yeah.
But man, if you just get in an RV with your kids and take off across country, that's fun.
I love it.
Fun and memories.
I would love that. Amtrak has a deal where you can buy I think it's an express pass or something like that, and you can get on and off wherever you want and travel the whole trip wherever you want to go for a month for one price.
Really?
Yeah, I think you are limited to 12 times to get off and back on.
Right. Have you ridden an Amtrak train?
Yeah.
So have I.
I have. I had an upper sleeper car.
Oh, no, we just sat in the seats.
No, I had a sleeper.
We spent most of the time in the bar car.
In the bar car?
In the bar car, yeah.
What I always thought it was cool was everything is shared. They have a bathroom in the hallway, and you share it with other people.
Yeah.
Which is okay. A shower and the whole thing.
Huh.
And then morning, you go to the dining car, which is the observation deck, where it's upper level, and you can see on both sides and the terrain and the whole thing. And if you're out, and I was by myself, I was going out to get my wife to bring her home because she had the car. She had driven out and wanted me to come and pick her up. So, so I was by myself, and the maitre d' or whoever it was sat me with two other couples in a booth. There's one person by himself. I sat next to him, and then there's a couple across the table, and had the best time. We sat there for 2 hours talking.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You meet people.
Yeah.
We went from Los Angeles to Centralia, Washington. My dad was turning 50, so me and my brother and my uncle took a 30-hour train ride. Went to his party that night. Got up the next morning. Got on the train. Took another 30-hour ride back to California. But we brought extra cake for the crew.
Cool.
It was great. We had a great time.
Well, the topic to ponder for today is, are you someone who plans every detail of a vacation, or are you a wait and see what happens kind of vacation planner?
You know, if you're not flexible on your vacation,
Yeah.
you're not going to have a very good time.
Yeah.
I really don't think so. Why be that regimented on
Yeah.
a vacation?
Yeah. Well, anyway, go to our Facebook page at Around the Table and answer that question. We are excited to see what your answer is. All right, let's do some history.
We're doomed to repeat ourselves, so let's find out what happened today in history.
Now, the first one is a song, and I can't play it. But anyway, it's 61 years ago today, the musical Funny Girl, starring Barbra Streisand, opened on Broadway. Among its hits was Showstopper, Don't Rain on My Parade.
I don't think I ever saw that.
Didn't see that?
Like, no.
No.
Uh-uh.
Well, I'll bring it.
I'm not going to watch it.
So you did see it, but you're not going to watch it.
No, I'm not going to watch it.
Okay.
The dedication and determination of these two world statesmen have borne fruit. Peace has come to Israel and to Egypt.
46 years ago today, 1979, the year of my graduation, the Camp David Peace Accords were signed at the White House ceremony. President Carter did that, along with Anwar Sadat from Egypt, the president there at that time, and Israel's Prime Minister Menachem Begin.
Menachem.
Yeah.
Let this become a holy place, a place of tribute, a place of healing, a place of learning.
43 years ago today, back in 1982, ground was broken for the Vietnam War Memorial in Washington, Arlington National Cemetery. Chaplain Mac Sullivan said a prayer.
Yes, and they have a traveling one, too, that goes around the
that's
country.
cool.
Yeah, with all the names and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, and people stand up and read the names. I
That's
think
cool.
Yeah, I think
that's a good idea.
It is a good tribute.
You can follow us, but you cannot stay here and follow us.
Oh, my gosh, 28 years ago, 1997, overcome by his UFO obsession. You remember this? Marshall Applewhite led 38 members of his Heaven's Gate cult
Oh, my gosh.
into a mass suicide at a home outside San Diego. The meticulous ritual sparked by the appearance of the Hale-Bopp comet, which the cult believed was their vehicle to a higher level of being.
Yeah.
Poor people. Applewhite tried to explain the group's beliefs in a video message. Yeah, man, that was...
Do you remember Michelle Nichols? Do you know who that is?
No.
Uhura from Star Trek?
No.
Uhura.
Uhura.
Uhura,
I thought
yeah.
you said her from Star... Oh,
Yeah.
Uhura. Oh, yeah,
Her brother was a part of this group, and he was the one that was part of that group.
Wow.
Yeah.
A top priority right now, of course, those rescue and recovery efforts, but we should point out that this is a major thoroughfare, and a 950-foot cargo ship flagged in Singapore now sitting in the port of Baltimore. This partial collapse stalling a 1.5-mile bridge responsible for transporting approximately 11.5 million vehicles every day along that I-95 corridor connecting Florida up to Maine.
This was actually just 1 year ago. Baltimore's Francis Scott Key collapsed. The bridge collapsed after being struck by a container ship, killing 6 maintenance workers on the bridge. CBS correspondent Nicole Skaga had more. Maryland officials have announced plans to replace the bridge by late 2028.
Yeah, that was tragic, wasn't it?
Oh, it was.
Now,
Yeah.
they lost power. Okay?
Yeah.
You're pretty much going to hit something to make you stop. Unfortunately, there were people working on
and
the
it's
bridge.
a shame that had maintenance people on the bridge doing some work.
Well, and they were working overnight where there's less traffic. I get all that. It was just an unfortunate tragedy.
was.
I can't believe it's already been a year.
Yeah.
For me, the hour has come for a new generation to lead the Democratic caucus that I so deeply respect. And I'm grateful that so many are ready and willing to shoulder this awesome responsibility.
Sounds like she smoked a pack of Camels first. Nancy. Happy birthday, Nancy Pelosi, 85 years old. Wow.
That's she's doing pretty good. It's still working every day.
Yes, she is. It's time to retire.
Time to retire. And the next one is a birthday cut. Diana Ross was born on this day in 1944, 81 years ago. After leaving the Supremes for a solo career, her first hit was this version, which we can't hear. Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. That's not even the way it goes, but.
Let's see. And then the next one you have to read too. It's an Aerosmith.
Oh, yeah.
Birthday.
Walk this way. Walk this way. Dream on. Dream on. Steven Tyler is 77 years old today. He's still going strong. He's not dead yet. And I think he's got his voice back.
I hope so.
77 years ago was, 77 years ago, that's when he was born today.
Yeah. Now, when you hit those high notes continuously day after day,
oh my gosh,
you lose it.
Yeah, he had to go. Well, he stopped for a long, long time. They had to cancel their tour. Anyway, who doesn't love a little Aerosmith? Ninth grade when I was listening to Dream On. Ninth grade.
Toys in the Attic.
Toys. Easy, I'll start singing all their songs.
Don't do
All right,
that.
I like Aerosmith.
There we go.
Let's go.
I am dubious, but I don't Welsh. Okay, meet me at the Stuck Pig, 7 o'clock. If you're late, I walk.
Okay, check this out. Do you want to read this?
I don't care. Go ahead.
Actress Catherine Keener was born on this day 66 years ago. She was nominated for the Academy Award twice. One in Being John Malkovich and the other one for Capote. That's her in Being John Malkovich. Have you ever seen that movie? Being
Yeah,
John?
oh yeah.
They're got a half. The rooms are like halfway tall. They're all ducking down. He gets dropped off a thoroughfare. People just go into a. That was
Bizarre.
the most bizarre movie
it's a
about
bizarre
an
movie.
actor I've ever seen.
Okay. Another birthday cut. Let's see. This one is country singer Kenny Chesney. Was born on this day in 1968. 57 today.
How about Kenny Chesney?
Oh, what did I say? Chesney? Oh, sorry. Chesney. One of his big hits was No Shoes, No Shirt, No Problem.
One of my favorites is Somewhere With You.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to sing it.
Don't sing it, please.
Nope, I'm not.
I think it would be very hard on younger sisters not to have their share of amusement because the elder is still unmarried. It would hardly encourage sisterly affection.
Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley was born on this day in 1985. 40 today. She earned an Oscar nominated for her role in Pride and Prejudice.
I know, right? I just wish they could look beyond the color of my tan and see the content of my closet. Because I have really nice stuff in my closet, you know?
I have nice.
That's horrible.
I have nice stuff in my closet too.
Yeah, that's the color of her tan.
Actress Carly Chaikin, 35 years old today. Credits include Dahlia Royce, a materialistic and fashion-driven teenager. I've never seen Suburgatory.
Suburgatory.
If it's a teenage angst movie, I'm not going to watch it. I'm way past that.
We're about right on time to get our guest in here. Jamie Elliot and Danielle House will be in to talk about some things that are going on at North Arkansas Regional Medical Center. We'll do that in just a few seconds. We'll be right back right after this. And welcome back to Around the Table. We have with us in the studio today, we have Danielle House. She's the Director of Marketing and Community Relations at North Arkansas Regional Medical Center. And also Jamie Elliott. She's the Marketing Growth and Outreach Strategist.
Wow.
Strategy.
Wow.
That sounds like a lot of behind the closed doors and pushing pencils and saying, what do you think of this? Would I be right?
Yes and no, I guess. So, yeah, the word strategist, it feels like one of those things that there are pieces of that are definitely behind the curtain. But the good thing about being in the marketing department is that you get to be kind of in front of it as well.
Yeah.
So I've got to meet, a ton of the providers and really get to know a lot of the service lines and just focus on the growth there. So, yeah, there's some behind the scenes, but there's also some, you get to learn great people.
Yeah.
So.
And let's be honest, it's a small team. So she is... Thank you.
Thank you. As long as I don't hit you, I'm okay.
It's a really small team, so she's pencil pushing and strategy and all the things, because it takes all of us to bring all these events and internal and external things to life. So.
Well, the strategy involves the community.
Absolutely.
And that's the focus, right? So
for sure.
Tell us about what's going on in the community that North Arkansas Regional Medical Center is involved in.
Okay. Well, I'll start upcoming because it's the thing I'm really excited about. It's Tuesday. Am I going to say that right?
Yep.
Tuesday the 1st, we have the State of Healthcare event with the Chamber of Commerce. Have you guys heard about that yet?
No. State of Healthcare. So
we haven't done a very good job marketing, Jamie.
Well, I should have said, yeah, we've heard all about it because you have a new marketing specialist.
Yeah, so State of Healthcare is something I believe that the hospital has done over the past few years with the Chamber of Commerce, but we're doing it a little bit different this year, and we're really excited. Instead of it being a more formal event, it's a breakfast event with guest speakers. We've kind of informalized it. I don't know if that's a word. And we will have a few speakers, and then we will have some booths, if you will, with subject matter experts from within the hospital system, sharing about different problem areas. That's probably not the language that Jamie would use, but
sort of key areas in the community.
There you go.
Yeah. So key areas of
healthcare focus in the community, and what NARMC is kind of doing to meet those needs in the community as well as we can, and what we're looking forward to doing, in partnership with the local community and surrounding areas.
I'll be honest, I've tried to find the perfect way to describe that many times, and I've fumbled it every time. But the topics of focus are areas that Jamie and I are very passionate about, and our providers and leadership are as well. Things like opioid use and prevention, things like autism testing and how long it takes to get that type of testing for your kiddo. Right now it's 14 to
18 months.
18 months. And
autism 20 years ago was very, the diagnosis wasn't even part of the normal thing that we do now.
Right.
I mean, the percentage of autism has increased.
Right.
Doesn't to say that the autism wasn't there. It's just to say that we've got better at recognizing what it is.
I think you learn better, you do better, right?
Yeah, right.
So the more that you can recognize things, and the earlier you can recognize those, the better it is for your child and everyone else involved.
Yeah.
So that's the thing too. Waiting 14 to 18 months makes it really hard when you're trying to get services for your child.
Sure, yeah.
To really take care of them the way you'd want to as a parent, as a provider, all of those things. So
to get them the education they need in those services in school, it requires that diagnosis very often. And so there are only 2 places in the state, or there have been up to now, to get that diagnosis and to get that testing. And we're really excited to share that we are now able to do that at NARMC right here in Harrison. Dr. Jesse Little and Dr. Halstead are able to provide those diagnoses and testing with Natalie Mers. She's our speech language pathologist, because it takes 2 providers to make that diagnosis. So that's something that we'll be sharing, not just, hey, we're doing this, but why is that important? Why was it so important to bring that here for our community and for our kiddos? So that's something we're very excited to share in more depth about. And then our EMS, emergency services, we've had some really cool things come through in that area. I don't want to spoil all the fun, but our director of EMS, that would be Scotty Trammell, and then I don't know exactly what Kara Snyder's title is, but she's over the trauma program at the hospital. They'll be there along with a few other experts sharing about things that we have going on and some grants that we've received over the next 2 years. Some really cool things happening there.
And have some really cool interactive pieces so the audience can
Cool.
kind of be involved.
Nice.
Yes. And then something that's very near and dear to Jamie and I, maternal health care. Arkansas is technically
ranked the worst
state in the country for maternal mortality.
Hmm.
So that is not our hospital right here. Again, don't want to spoil all those facts that you'll learn at the event, but we're doing a phenomenal job taking care of moms and babies at NARMC. Jamie and I are super proud to represent the hospital in that. And that takes incredible prenatal care, incredible labor and delivery, and then post. That follow-up is critical to taking care of mom and baby. But we've been doing some really incredible things in that our providers are excellent, our nurses are excellent, but we've implemented some new processes that aren't really being done other places. And so we'll let that team share about that at State of Healthcare, but super excited about it.
And that's Tuesday, the April 1st?
Yes.
Starts at 7:30 in the morning,
7:30.
bright and early. There's going to be coffee, we promise.
Coffee and
yes.
lots of other breakfast goods.
Yep.
Little finger goods.
Yep.
Snacks.
Yeah.
Pastries
Right.
and things, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is going to be where?
So, go ahead.
Sorry, it's going to be in the first floor tower waiting room at the hospital.
Okay.
So you come in the glass doors there in the new part of the building and go right, and you're right there.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds great, and I'm glad that you guys are out promoting the hospital and all the great things that are. I think the community needs to know that as a whole.
Yeah, that's kind of been the focus area for me the last few months. I started in December. I'm fresh, and I'm not from the community. Originally, I'm from Searcy County, Marshall, born and raised, and so I didn't know even a lot of the services that were available. I think if I didn't know, a lot of other people didn't know. So what we're trying to do is really kind of create that buzz.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
there
this
are
is a
lots
good
of great
place to
things.
start.
Yeah.
One of the media outlets, and also, you to get the message out is so fragmented now these days. You've got Facebook, you got Instagram, you got X.
Right.
I mean, there's so many different things. You got local television, local radio. I mean, you're going to be busy doing this.
Yeah.
And like Beemer, of course, Beemer lives under a rock. He doesn't hear about anything, so he wouldn't have known about this.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, and that's the
Right.
problem.
Right.
He gets his news from his next door neighbor. So you gotta reach the next door neighbor before you get to him.
Well, we're really excited to be with you guys today, and you're absolutely right. That is the hardest part, and I think that's the greatest challenge. NARMC is a very large organization. I don't think anybody really thinks quickly. They don't think about anything other than maybe ER and even ambulance services and OB sometimes. But man, there's so much to it. We have the sleep center, and hospice of the Hills falls under our umbrella. The Claude Parish Cancer Center falls under our umbrella. We're so proud of all of these areas. They're providing excellent care. But it just it takes all of us. It takes a village to be sharing all the good news, and that's really been my task since I got here. I thought there are too many awards. There are too many good stories, and it is a full-time job to share them all. And I'm going to make that my task this year, and that's what we've been doing, or trying our best to do.
And it's always good to have good stories coming out of hospitals, and like our hospital here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
job.
Danielle. We're glad that you're here, and Jamie, we're glad that you're here.
Thank you.
And always come back.
Yeah, thank you.
Did
so
you
much.
have more stuff you want to talk about?
We got lots of stuff if we've
Okay.
got the time. So April is a busy month for us. This is not our event, but ORU Co-op, am I going to say that right? They are hosting a Little Learners Expo, and that is for children ages 0 to 5 and their parents, and it's to educate and bring all the resources together under one roof for parents and
It's
kiddos.
sort of similar to the thing we were talking about with NARMC, where there are lots of services available in Harrison and for the community at large, and it's just hard for parents to know where to go to get those resources. So the goal of that is to kind of, bring that all under one roof so they can find all the information in one place.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So we're really excited. We were approached to be a sponsor of that event, so we get to sponsor it and help bring it to life. But also some of our really phenomenal providers are going to be guest speaking. There will be other guest speakers as well, but throughout the day, at 10:15 that morning, Danielle Swanson, she's our APRN over at the pediatrics clinic. She specializes in pediatrics. She's going to do a quick talk on car seat safety. There's a lot of questions around that as your kiddo grows. When do you turn them around? What's all the rules and things? How do I keep my kids safe? At 11, we've got a talk from Dr. Jessie Little, our pediatrician, and then Natalie Mers, our speech-language pathologist. They're the ones who are leading the charge on the autism testing, but they're doing a talk on it's not always autism and understanding early childhood development. And then 11:30, this one's not ours, but somebody's doing a talk on finding balance, juggling work and family with confidence. At 12, there's going to be a lunch and learn with a reading segment, so everybody can sign up and have lunch for that.
More of those snacks.
Yeah.
Everything revolves around food.
Right.
It does.
And then one of my favorites, at 1:30, Dr. Little is going to do a talk called "We Can't All Be Bandit and Chili: How to Play with Your Kids."
Right.
Have you guys heard of the TV show Bluey?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's one of my kids' favorites. It's kind of one of my favorites too, but it's kind of tough to play with your kids sometimes when you didn't learn that piece when you were young, maybe, or I don't know how to explain it. But as a mom, I always kind of compare myself to those TV shows and things, and so we talked about that as a group and thought that might be something interesting for her to share.
Cool.
So, and there will be lots of giveaways from what we understand. There will be lots of interactive tables for the kids. So bring the kiddos out, and that's April 12th, Jamie,
April 12th.
right?
Mm-hmm.
What was the times on that? From 10 to 2 p.m., and that's at Signature Bank. So, that's
wow. Well, that's kind of cool, all that being put together like that.
Yeah, I believe this is the first year for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's going to be a good one.
And when's your next event after the 12th? Do you have another event there?
We do. Hero for 5K, or Hero for Baby 5K, excuse me. That's at the hospital at 8:30 in the morning, and that is to raise dollars for our labor and delivery team for new equipment there. So you can sign up on the website or reach out to Dan Dillard at the foundation and more details about that.
And what day is that?
That's going to be April the 19th.
April 19th. All right.
No snacks for that one. Just more running.
Well, yeah, you got to run.
You do get to dress up like a superhero, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, snacks, or dress up.
Wear the cape. Run
Wear the cape.
Yeah.
You know, I wear Green Hornet underwear most days. It's green. The green, there's a big symbol on the back, whatever Green Hornet is, but I like them.
That's superhero in disguise.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wear the briefs on the outside.
Yeah. Are all these events listed somewhere where our viewers and listeners can
They
go?
are. The best place to find this information is going to be our website and Facebook, I would say.
Okay. Just look for North Arkansas Regional Medical Center. You can search that, or NARMC.com.
That's the one.
All right. Thank
Great
you guys
job,
for coming.
ladies. Great job.
We'll have you guys come in a couple of weeks, and or whenever the next schedule to come in, we'll fill in on some of the other events that are going to happen.
Thank you so much.
Hey, good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
And
Thanks for
get out
having
there
us.
and do some strategery.
I will. Yeah.
All right.
That's not a word.
I know it's not a word, but she understood what I meant.
I got it. Yeah.
That's what you could do in English. You say things that people know that they don't understand, but they nod anyway.
I like that.
Take care, guys.
Thank you so much.
We're going to be right back, and we'll have, we've got Sage Hunter. Hopefully she'll be waiting on the phone for us, and we'll be talking to her about her books. Stick around and stay with us. You're listening to Dan Reynolds and Beemer today. And welcome back to Around the Table. We should have Sage Hunter on the phone with us. Sage, are you there?
Yep, I'm there.
Hey,
I'm
Sage.
here.
Hey, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good.
Good. And I apologize for Monday. We had a little phone technical problem and wasn't able to schedule you, and you were so gracious to come back so quickly. And we want to talk a little bit about some of the books that you are writing and promoting, and kind of dig into your head a little bit on where you come up with some of these ideas.
What do you want to know?
Start digging, right? All right. Let me get your picture up here on the screen here. That's Sage, everyone, and you live in Missouri.
Yeah, live in Springfield.
And where did your initial idea to want to write? Where did that come from?
Oh gosh, I've been writing since I was a little kid. When I was in elementary school, I had a neighborhood newspaper.
Oh my gosh!
I would draw cartoons and put neighborhood news, and then I'd make copies and sell them to the neighbors. I'd sell them for a nickel a piece. Did
you ever work at a newspaper?
I did for a little bit. For when I lived up in Iowa, I worked at a newspaper. It was like a countryside newspaper.
Yeah.
And currently I write for Ozark Farm and Neighbor occasionally, so I do articles for them.
Yeah, I would think that somebody that writes a lot would want to do some what do you call it? Freelance writing? Do you ever do any of that? Other than
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've done some freelance writing, and I worked as a graphic designer for a while. So I worked at the Forensic College. Forensic College of Examiners or Medical Examiners or something like that. I worked there for a while, and I did a little bit of writing for them, but I also did some graphic art for them. I kind of just did a little bit of everything.
So you have got a creative gene.
Yeah.
That's a curse.
Worked as an artist. I was an artist, and I taught art the last, I don't know, about 3 or 4 years ago. I was teaching art, so yeah.
Well, I've got 3 examples of your books here, and I'm not sure, they're so small I can't see. I'm gonna bring one up here and see if I can. It's the Vertical Gardens. Tell me about that.
That was my most recent one. Well, I'm getting older, so I started doing some research on vertical gardening because it's easier and you don't have to bend over so much.
So this isn't isn't a murder mystery. This is an actual.
No.
Okay, something.
This is nonfiction.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just vertical. It's just a book on vertical gardening and how to, what kind of ways that you can do vertical gardening, and the history of vertical gardening is in the front part of the book. So.
Would this be for people that live in a small apartment or something that doesn't have space?
It can be. I mean, I have a half an acre, and I'm going to do vertical gardening because it's easier.
Dan, it's for people that don't like to bend over.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
I gotcha.
Yeah, we're talking about our bad backs.
Yeah.
Gardening is one of the worst. So if you can do it standing
It's
up.
hard on you.
Yeah, if you can do it standing up.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
I bought a couple of tower gardens for last year that I'll be planting, and then there you can do on the fence. You can get those pockets that you put shoes in, and put one on the fence and do pocket gardening, and there's a bunch of different ways you can do vertical gardening.
I'm learning something every day.
Yeah.
And then I've got one here called Vengeance is Mine.
Yeah, that was my first book. And
that was your first, okay.
It was, my son is also a writer. He was in the military and was a journalist in the military. And I don't know, we were talking and we decided to challenge each other about to write something. And so we came up with vengeance as the subject, and I have a really hard time figuring out. I'm just not a vengeful person, so I
you
had
had a
to
hard
figure
time
out
writing.
a way to make it something that would, vengeance would be appropriate.
Yeah.
So that's what I came up with.
Did you find it hard? Did you have to reach into the dark side to come up with some of that stuff?
little bit.
A little bit.
I knew of some instances where some of this stuff that was in the book happened, so I just, tried to write from the point of view of a person that was having something bad done to them,
Yeah.
and how they would want to make the guy that did it to him, get his.
So
it's from a Christian point of view, so
okay.
Because I'm a Christian, so I just.
So the challenge.
I'm
not
going to say what the ending of the book is, but
So the challenge is with your son. Who won?
Oh well.
Well,
he
you
wrote
won, of course.
A short story, and I wrote a book.
Okay. All right. And the last book I've got here is The Black Bra Club.
The Black Bra Club, yeah. It's a Christian Bible study for women, kind of a study in sisterhood for women, and it has its own little story. I have a writing degree that I got at Drury, and one of the teachers gave us a assignment to write a personal narrative and make it have a catchy title.
Okay.
So I belong to I did belong to the Ozark romance authors, and we had a lady come in and talk to us about having self-confidence, and a lot of the women there were, struggling with their self-confidence. And Kate, Lois Kellingsaster, she's written gobs of books under Kate London, and she was sitting next to me, and she said, I don't have any problems with that. Every woman should have a black bra and not be afraid to let the strap go. And I thought, I knew exactly what she meant.
Okay.
Every woman I've ever talked to knows exactly what she meant by that. So I started my personal narrative writing about that little episode, and what she said, and then I enlarged on it, and then I started a Black Bra Club, and women wanted to join. It was really weird. And then I handed it in. It got published in the Drury, their little publication, their literary magazine, and the lady that was my professor was also editor at the Aurora newspaper, and she had taken it to the newspaper, and the ladies in the newspaper were making copies of my paper.
Oh my gosh!
And,
was that good?
And
yeah,
I got
that
interviewed
good?
on the radio about that paper. And then when we were giving readings at, there was a place in Springfield where our class, one of my English classes, was giving readings, and I gave that reading, and the professor in that class said, boy, you're really good at giving those reading, giving a reading. Not everybody can do that. And I'm like, and then so we started, some of the ladies started having, meetings, and we came up with a list of questions to help each other get to know each other. And, I got to know ladies that I'd known for a long time, and got to know things about them that I would have never known otherwise. One of the ladies was just a little old lady, and she's no longer with us, but she had been in the military, lived in Alaska. She had taken photography lessons from Ansel Adams down in Branson. Can you believe that?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, she was a member of the Ozark romance authors, and I just never knew that about her. I mean, there was just so much depth to so many of these ladies that you would never know if you didn't take the time to just spend time with them and get to know them, So it was just, the book is just all about how to be there for each other and
sisterhood.
And things. Yeah, it's about sisterhood and, how to have the self-confidence that so many women have problems with, and so that's what that book's about.
What's upcoming? What are you working on now?
Oh, I've got a young adult, or middle school one that I've just finished. I'm editing it now, and it's a kind of a journey thing. It's about a couple of twin boys that are challenged to go on this journey, and I'm calling it the Legacy Guardians. And anyway, it's a journey where they have to go from one place to another and meet with a guardian. They have to memorize all the elements of these certain words, and then they get quizzed at each place that they go. And then there's the bad guys, the protectorate of the elite, that are after them and trying to stop them from being a success in their journey, in their quests. And it's kind of it's something. Since I was an English teacher, I taught a series of books by it was called I'm trying to remember the name of it now.
We just got a few more minutes left. I want to let people know where they can find your books.
They're on Amazon.
Amazon. Do they just look for Sage Hunter?
Sage Hunter, and the name of the book is Sage Hunter. They should be able to find them.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming on. I know this. I'd love to spend more time. I always love talking to authors and diving into their head to find out where they come up with these fascinating ideas. And good luck to you on whatever you do.
You.
And we encourage people to go to Amazon, look up Sage Hunter, and maybe you'll find some of those. I've got some really good comments from some of the other authors that's in your group, how good of a writer you are.
Oh, gee, thank you.
Yeah, so that might be good enough. You got a romance novel that's out, and you say you write those, right?
The Vengeance Is Mine is kind of like a family saga more, but
still a little suspenseful.
I've got another one coming out that I've tentatively named The Messianic Mystery, and I've got it done and I'm editing it, but it'll have a little more romance in it. It's just suspense. Right. I like writing suspense.
Okay, well, that's good. Sage, thanks so much. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye. And we're going to take our last break.
Very nice.
Beemer, you're leaving, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got to.
You got to get out of here.
Yes, I have an appointment. I had 10 o'clock. So
let me get rid of this.
I'm going to slide out of here now.
Okay.
You go ahead and do your commercial.
Yeah, I'll do
break,
my commercial.
And everybody have a great Wednesday.
And we'll be
get
back
outside if you can.
And we'll be back to see you tomorrow. See you later, Beemer.
Okay,
and
bye-bye.
I'll be right back. And welcome back to Around the Table. I guess I'm going solo for the last 2-3 minutes here on the show. We want to thank everyone for tuning in today. And don't forget our topic to ponder. Go to our Facebook page. We have that up on the screen. If you want to go to our Facebook page at Around the Table, the question for today is, are you someone who plans every detail of a vacation, or are you a wait and see what happens kind of vacation planner? And that's up there now if you want to go there and check that out. Today is American Red Cross Giving Day. Donate to the American Red Cross today to help get food, shelter, and emotional support to Americans impacted by a fire and other disasters. The American Red Cross responds to more than 60,000 disasters in the U.S. every year, including house fires, floods, and hurricanes, offering critical resources when Americans need them the most and helping folks get back onto their feet. You can donate at the redcross.org. Also, it's Epilepsy Awareness Day, Purple Day. Increase epilepsy awareness. And did you know that according to the CDC, about 500,000 children and 3 million adults in the United States suffer from the epileptic seizures? It's almost an epidemic. National Nougat Day. Sometimes it's soft and chewy, and sometimes it's crunchy. Either way, it's almost guaranteed to get stuck in your teeth. Nougat. Here's some nougat facts for you. Nougats are made by whipping together corn syrup and cream until they are chewy. It's the white bits inside the I don't even know the name. Can't even pronounce it. Toblerone bar. If you laid out all the Toblerones you can eat at Christmas time, it would be more than 38,000 miles long. That's enough to circle the earth. To make it hard for you to fit into an economy car. It's Manatee Appreciation Day. Here's to the water species that looks like a giant butt. That's what it says. Manatees are also known as sea cows because they're big, fat, and slow. But they're genetically more closely related to the elephant. They can also hold their teeth. They can also hold their breath for about 20 minutes at a time. So check out a manatee. If you want more information, you go to the internet and just type in manatee. National Spinach Day, celebrating the great green stuff you forgot about that's in the refrigerator or in the freezer. It might taste like a harmful bunch of pennies, but spinach is packed with iron, calcium, and vitamins A, C, and K. And it's also National Wake Up Your Own Holiday. So make up one of your own and see how that works. We're out of time, and we'll see you again tomorrow.